Hello, class. Welcome back to assignment number 3 on using the OnShape CAD program. This is Mr. Martin coming at you today with a brand new, much more challenging assignment than you've gotten in weeks number 1 and 2. To get started today, we're going to log into OnShape.com. I'm going to go to Create, and I'm going to create a new document. And I am going to call this one a magic wand. Before we get started on it, I'm actually going to show you a previous design of a magic wand that I made for a student once, which is actually based off their wand from the Pottermore website, if you're a fan of Harry Potter. Notice that the wand really has a couple different features. It has the handle, which I actually drew together in multiple shapes, multiple sketches because of some of the trickiness of the center point here. It's the kind of connective piece, and then the long swoopy part at the end. So we're going to make ours probably at a minimum in just 2 parts. I'm going to do a 2-part wand here today. You can try to get yours as different and complicated as you want. But it is going to involve us using a couple new tools. So I'm going to start. And I'm going to start by working on the front plane. So I'm going to start with my sketch. And I'm going to create the base of the wand, the handle of it, I should say. I'm going to start with my line tool, because this is going to be very important. You have to have, on the first part of it, it's got to be a straight, perfectly straight line. Then I'm going to use the line tool again. I'm going to make a bottom line here, stretching down to kind of where you want the bottom of the wand to be. Right now it's about 3 inches. I'm going to say don't worry too much about sizing today. And I'm going to use my arc tool because I want to create kind of a rounded bottom. Go one line, and go up here and stretch that a little rounded. Then I'm going to use the spline tool. So I've got 3 drawing tools already. And I'm going to draw just kind of a whooshy, swooshy sort of handle of the wand here. Make sure you end where you started. Got to have that yellow dot light up. Otherwise, it's not enclosed. And you can hit escape. And if it's not enclosed, if it doesn't turn and shaded like that, it's not going to work. Got to have a fully enclosed shape. So that's sketch number 1. Half of the base of the handle. And I'll show you why we're going to do half of it. Because to get this handle here, we are going to use our revolve tool. Now, when you get the revolve tool, it actually asks you for 2 different inputs. First, what is the face? What is the sketch you are going to revolve? Well, for us, it's this. It's the only one we've done so far. Then, notice it's red because it won't work without it, the revolve axis. What is the line you're going to spin around? That is very important because we need this line right here. Voila. When I revolve it, it creates kind of a cool looking handle. I would recommend playing around. Don't just go with the first one you draw. Play around with kind of some cool looking handle shapes. Next, I'm going to create a new sketch. I'm going to be on the front again. I'm using the spline. What I'm working on now is kind of the windy tip of the wand here. So I'm going to stretch this out to like right there. I'm going to hit escape when I'm done. What I'm going to try to do here, we're going to see if it works on the first try, is we are going to use what is called the sweep tool. So what is the face or the sketch? So I'm going to try to sweep this. And the path is going to be along this line. So this shape, that circle, is going to whoosh, sweep down all the way. And that's pretty cool looking. But it does not look like a magic wand because it doesn't taper off at the end. So instead of the sweep tool, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the loft tool. I'm going to loft this face to that point. And look how straight and pointy it is. That would be great if you wanted to create some sort of knife murderous object. Just kidding, don't do that. But on here, I can make it follow a path. So instead of just going in a straight line, I'm going to say, make it into a path. Merge it with all. It's all going to be one object. And I've already got the beginnings of a pretty cool magic wand. I don't like, however, how pointed it is. So I'm going to do one thing. And I'm going to use my plane tool. Because right now you only have 3 planes you can draw on. But I want to draw a plane way out over here where the point of that is. So I'm going to draw that plane. I'm going to stretch the plane out. To about there. I'm going to draw another sketch on plane number 1, lining it up perfectly, and I am going to draw up here over that point. Make sure it's lined up with the center. See how it turned yellow? That means it's parallel to it. Just going to draw the tiniest of circles. Go back into my sketch, or my loft here. And I'm going to, instead of that vertex, we are going to go to, hold on one second, I'm going to move sketch 3 up here, above the loft. Oops, hold on, we got to move the plane above here. I did this backwards, so I'm switching the order now. I'm going to loft, instead of to the point, where it's super pointy, I'm going to loft from there to our sketch we did before, and follow that plane. Makes it a little less pointy. I would actually round that off, maybe even make a smaller little point there. But you get the idea. For your magic wand, that is the revolve tool, the spline and the sweep tool, the loft, and we also have the plane tool. So 3 new tools to learn about this week. Your job is to make this as cool and detailed. Do not just stop with the first one that you create. When you are done and finished with it, I would like you to please do 2 things this week. It's a little different, so keep an eye on it. First, you're going to go to share. And I actually want you to share this document. And you're going to go Fab Lab VMSS3 at Gmail. And you're going to allow me to view it. And it's got to edit. So you're going to edit and you're going to hit share. Or actually, no. Instead, for some reason it doesn't like doing this. Looks like they limited permissions and they're not letting me do this. Oh, gmail.com. It's because you got to write it all in, Martin. So you're going to add that. And then you're going to hit share. That means on my school account, I'm going to be able to see your exact one that you've created. And that way, I can see all the work on the left side that you have done to it. So please share it. If you want it printed, you need to, just like before, right-click, export, make sure it's STL, binary, and millimeters. Make the file name your name, not just Part Studio 1, and that's what you'll submit onto Schoology. So 2 things, submitting the file and sharing the link so I can check on the work that you did to it. So, as always, email me if you have any questions. Try to have some fun with this and make a cool looking object. And as always, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Goodbye, guys.